Hey friend, Colin here from Something's Recording, and welcome to mixing a song from start to finish. Today we're going to be mixing a track called I Can't Pretend. So if you go to the link at the top of the chat or at the top of the description, you can get access to the multitracks for this. So the name of the song is right up here if you ever forget. It's called I Can't Pretend. Just click the link. You can download the multitracks for this song completely for free and follow along here as we mix the song. So the little bit of prep work that we already have for this song is the mix bus processing is in here. I've got my limiter on. I've pulled my main output down here. We are ready to jump into this song and begin mixing. There are no plugins on this track so far, except for a couple that were left over from tracking, a couple limiters on the bass and on the acoustic guitar. Everything else is all set up and ready to go. I've got my two effects over here, a plate reverb I use there, and then I do have a slap delay ready to go as well. Before I start pulling up tracks here, I do want to pull in my presets. So drums, pull in my kick level, snare, pull in my snare level, hi-hat, I'll probably just pull in my overheads for, and I'll actually just drag that over to the overheads. And then toms, we will pull in the toms for. The tambourine and the shaker, I believe I have one. Percussion mix, all set to go. And then the bass. And if you don't have plugin presets ready to go, don't worry. There's nothing too fancy going on. It just saves me the time of pulling these in during the mix. Helps me stay in the mindset of things. So actually what I'm going to do here is on the acoustic guitar, I'm going to pull it over from here. That way we can keep the limiter in place there. Then we'll nuke that. The piano and the organ. That should be good. I'm going to save this as the new one there so it doesn't come in disabled. And then I'm just going to change the compressor here for the organ is all. Vocals, we're going to pull in my lead vocal chain here. Same thing here, I'm going to enable this. And we'll resave that. And we'll copy that over, but we'll probably end up just pulling it over. All right, we are all set to go here. Let me briefly show you the mix bus chain, console shaper, mix bus compressor, and then the soft tube tape machine. The limiter on the actual mix bus out is just bumping everything up 6 dB here. So it's at a mastering style level. Let me fix my volume here. All right, and then let's get started here. I'm going to throw my headphones on, and we're going to jump into the mix. We're going to start here with the kick drum. I've got the highest point in the song looped here. You always want to do your mixing at the most intense part of the song. That way you get the energy right. If you start at a low point and then mix from there, you can get the energy set too high that by the time you get to the most energized part of the track, the highest part of the track, that maybe you're blowing up your mix bus or blowing up your limiter here. So let's hit play, starting with our kick drum. Don't need the limiter here, I don't think. It looks pretty even. I'm going to roll this up quite a bit because I want to emphasize more of the 80 hertz area here rather than that super heavy sub stuff. Compression, I'm going to push it pretty hard. Not just for volume leveling here, but more for tone as well. 30 millisecond attack. 70 millisecond release or so. Leaves enough time for that initial transient to pop through. Nice. All right, we're gonna add some top end. I'm up at 9K here. Right there feels good. I narrowed it a little bit. We have kind of this point here at 5K. Adding some bottom post compression here, 80 hertz. That feels good. I'm gonna narrow up just a little bit again. I don't want to bring up too much of this 5K area that's already there. Level looks good. Just sitting around that -12 area. I'm going to flip to mono here as we mix these. Let's pull up the snare. Don't need the limiter. High pass first. Sounds good to me. Let's throw the compressor on. Nice. Level it out just a little bit. Let's add some top. And then I want to pull up just some of the mids here, the high mids. Just watching the level there. Let's add some lows. Don't need too much, I don't think. That's feeling good. Hi-hat's our next hit here. Just rolling it up is all. I just want to see if we need to I am going to reverse both of these. Seems like they were tracked. Oops, that's the wrong plugin. Drummer perspective. I want to flip them to audience perspective. So we're flipping the sides on the hi-hat and the ride there. Woo, loud, loud. Come down a little bit more. Better. Let's take a look at our toms. And we're going to actually look at one of these bigger hits here. Doesn't look like they need much. If we pull out a little bit of this. And then a little bit of weight. Not bad. Maybe a touch of this like 4K area for some stick noise, some attack. That should be okay. Give it just a kick more bottom end. Cool. Let's add some room. This is just the Percussion impulse response. It's Room 2, Studio B. It's the close mics. So if you need some impulse responses, these are from Simplicity, I believe. I don't know if they're still free, but they were when I got them. So it's just the Simplicity impulse responses, Percussion, Room 2, Studio B, and I've just dialed the length back a little bit, rolling off some top end, some bottom end, and then narrowing it up so it's not too crazy wide. We're going to leave the tambourine and the shaker for the moment. Let's get the bass in. I believe the limiter's just catching some of those larger peaks there on the bass. Gets a little out of control. I'm going to pull a little bit of this 200 area out. I will take a sip of my coffee. And then let's compress it. And we're gonna go pretty good with the compression here. The little bit of distortion doesn't bother me. It's actually going to help the bass cut through in the mix. So now since we have that, we can actually emphasize that little bit of distortion, pushing some top end in. And then at the end of our chain, we'll boost our bottom. Let's check it with our drums. I'm going to check just the bottom end. That actually feels pretty good. Piano's next. High pass filter. Pull out some of this muddiness here, cloudiness in the low mids. Then we'll brighten it up. Pull the level back. Very nice. We're going to look at this acoustic next. Same thing, it's got a limiter on it, just catching some peaks. I'm rolling up the high pass pretty far on this. We don't need the bottom end coming from the acoustic, especially because it's playing so high. A little bit of compression on it. It's kind of heavy on those bigger hits, but that's okay. That's not bad at all. Now I'm going to push some top on it. Then some mids. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to throw a de-esser on the end of the chain just to make sure the top end on the acoustic guitar doesn't get out of control. So just catching some of that craziness in the top end. Checking our verse section here. Cool, last but not least is our electric. I like to use this Everest on electrics. All it needs a high pass there. Let's hear how that transitions from the verse section where we have just the piano into the chorus section with both. Very nice. Let's add the organ in. A little heavy. Let's give it some vibe. And then there's not much top there to get. Gives us a little bit, but just blends in. It's just a little bit of glue for all of our instruments here. It gives us a little bit of a bed underneath that we can lay everything on top of. The first verse is actually where our vocal's the loudest, so let's do that. Actually, let me jump back first and do the tambourine and the shaker here. Just a little bit of compression. And then we're going to add some 3K. That's that tambourine sound. Cool. Same thing here with the shaker. A little bit of compression. And then some 3K. And then let's balance these in. Nice. Just touching them in a little bit. They're not there to be heard and to be spotlighted. Just a little bit of support on the drums. Tambourine supports our snare drum, gives it a little bit more top end, and then the shaker just gives us some rhythm in that bridge section. Last two tracks here, lead vocal and our harmony. And like I said at the beginning of the stream here, beginning of the video, if you are interested in mixing this song, if you wanted to follow along with the live stream here, the link at the top of the chat or at the top of the description. You can download the multi-tracks for this song completely for free. You can follow along, or you can just use them as mix practice as well. So let's keep going here. Let's get our lead vocal in. Cool.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I know lately hasn't been that easy. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Maybe a little bit of this area out.
Did I say I have no idea what I'm doing? I have no idea what I'm doing.
Not bad.
Did I say way too much? I have no idea what I'm doing.
And then
did I say I have no idea what I'm doing?
Layering on our compression.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Every time you see me use this compressor, it's the same settings. 0.55 millisecond attack, 50 millisecond release, 4:1 ratio. I just love slamming things into this compressor.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Did I say way too much? I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Just leveling that in. Maybe a little bit of top end.
Did I say way too much?
But a de-esser first, clearly.
Did I say way too much? Did I say way? Did I say way too much? Did I say way too much? Did I say not enough? I know lately hasn't been that easy, but we can work things out, or let the storm rage on, carry on. I have no idea what I'm doing. Did I say way too much? Did I say not enough? I know lately hasn't been that easy, but we can work things out, or let the storm rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what will you miss? 7, 8, 9, darling, I ain't fine. 10, I can't pretend. I have no idea what you're thinking. Did I speak way too soon? Did I make all the wrong moves? And I get this feeling whenever I have no idea what I'm doing.
All right, I'm gonna leave the top in there for the moment, I think.
Did I say way too much? Did I say not enough? I know lately hasn't been that easy, but we can work things out. But let the storm rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what will you miss? 7, 8, 9, darling, I ain't fine. 10, I can pretend.
Cool. Before we throw the harmony vocal in, I'm going to do a little bit of referencing here. So I'm going to pull in my reference track, and we're going to use these guys to get our lead vocal dialed in before we mix anything along with it. The track is pretty much finished here, except for our harmony vocal and then some effects. Actually, let me throw effects on before we reference here.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Did I say way too much? Did I say not enough? I know lately hasn't been that easy, but we can work things out. But let the storm rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's perfect. Just enough that we hear that tail on the reverb, gives our vocal a little bit of depth. Both of the effects that are on right now, which is the plate reverb on the vocal and then the Percussion on the drums, sometimes I dial up at the end. We're going to see how everything is sitting here before we do something that crazy. I'm going to check the bottom end first on this track against the reference. I've got 2 references in here, but usually I only use 1. And this is going to get a little bit loud, so if you have subs, bear that in mind. We're going to listen to 50 hertz and below here first. I'm going to flip to mono as well. That actually sounds really good. Cool. All right, let's move up 50 to 100 hertz. So now we're an octave apart. An octave is either you double or half the frequency. So 50 to 100. Feels like maybe we've got just a touch too much here on our bass. All right, so pulled the bass back a little bit, the bottom end on the bass guitar, and then I bumped just a little bit on the kick drum as well. We're gonna come back to 0 here on the main, and now we're gonna jump up and check the highs. I used to just work straight up with the reference EQ, and kind of go octave by octave here. But lately, I've been doing the bottom end, the super, super lows, and then jumping up and doing the super, super highs. Kind of wakes my ears up a little bit too. I guess we were okay with our overheads there. I thought they were a little loud. Still a little much. So this is where referencing comes in, right? So I just pushed all that top end on that vocal because I wanted more top end on it. But we've been going here for almost 40 minutes, right? So my ears have been hearing this track for like 40 minutes now. The more you listen to a track, the more you work on a track, the more desensitized you become to especially the top end. So you want to push more top end on everything. So you saw me do that on the vocal, which was one of the last things I mixed. Pulling in the reference to be like, okay, I went too far on the vocal here. I pushed a lot of top end on the vocal. This is kind of something I should be shooting for here. The reference is there as a little bit of a goalpost to show me, okay, this is where a commercial release sits at our top end. I could go a little bit more, I could go a little bit less, but I don't want to be way over the point there. Better, much better. Checking the kick and snare. Sounds like we could come back a touch. I might do it at the end of the chain here. Snare sounds okay, I think. Kick sounds better. Perfect. Cool, we're gonna go wide. So that top end on that acoustic is a little... Tame that down a little bit. All right, now we're gonna be an octave here. 5K to 10K. Vocal sounds good. Sounds good. Cool. Moving down, we're going to do 5K to 2K, so a little over an octave, but it just lines up nicely on the EQ band. Let's see how we're sitting here. I might push just a touch more of this. Snare sounds good. Kick sounds good too. Let's check wide. Tame the high mids just a little bit there on our guitars. Let's check our mids. 1K to 2K, so back to an octave. Just tame the snare a little bit. I'm going to try just a touch more energy right here. I don't hate it. Pulled the snare back a little more there, but put it at the end of the chain instead of on that first EQ, because the first EQ is a little wider. 500 to 1K, still an octave. Sounded really good there. Let's keep moving. Down to 200 to 500, so again, a little over an octave. I'm happy with that. Just a little bump there. Added some of that low mids back in. Listen to the kick drum. I could use a little more there, but I'm not too crazy about boosting mid-range or low mids on the kick drum. So let's move down. Oh, let me check wide though, and see how we're sitting in the low mids here wide. A little heavier, I don't mind that. We've got the big piano in there, it sounds good. See, now I want to boost some here. good with that. Nice, I like it. So we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna come back down, and we're gonna get the harmony vocal mixed in.
1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what will you miss? 7, 8.
Hey DJ Norman, thanks for joining on the stream.
1, 2, 3, won't you look at me?
There's our high harmony there. So we can see, obviously, this guy's the loudest point there.
7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine.
We're gonna crush this guy, add a little bit of the de-esser.
7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 9, 7, 8, 9.
Sometimes you can over de-ess harmony vocals and background vocals because you want the primary S coming from the lead vocal.
7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine.
Where were we on the lead vocal here? I don't want to overdo it
1, 2,
again.
3, won't you look at me? 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me?
Oh, that's better.
7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, fine. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what will you miss? 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, fine. Change on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what will you miss? 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, fine. Down I can pretend.
From Germany there. Wow. Wow. Hello.
1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what will you miss? Don't rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what will you miss? 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, fine. Down I can pretend. Counting the seconds. Don't rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? I have no idea what you're thinking.
Pulled the harmony vocal back there a little bit. I don't feel like I need to put the verb on it. It sounds good. I'm just going to check this first verse one more time. Make sure the verb's set right. And then we're going to call it. We're going to listen to the whole track, make sure everything's good, and we will be all done.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Did I say way too much? Did I say not enough? I know lately hasn't been that easy. But we can work things out. We'll let the storm rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Last thing I need to do is automate the verb off on the mute lines here. So all you do is click mute, and then you can come up here and create an automation lane. I don't want this in the vocal folder though.
Things out. We'll let the storm rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, 1.
So we're just going to mute the verb here on this line.
Carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? Well, let the storm rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? And I can't pretend. And I can't pretend.
That one's fine there. Let's do the one at the end of the second verse.
Worst kind of weather. Hey, 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what we're into weather. Hey, 1, 2.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, won't you look kind of weather? Hey, 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what we missed. 7, 8, 9, darling, 8. And I can't pretend. Don't rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me what we missed.
Last verse here. Put that same mute in. I'm dragging it closer to where the chorus starts. This one you don't hear too much because the drum fills there.
Storm rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me?
All right. Okay, I'm going to pull our zoom back. We're going to zoom all the way out here, and we are going to listen to the entire track here. This mix is sounding really, really good. I am really happy with this. Hello from Brazil. Ronaldo's country. Love from the UK. Thank you, guys. We are about finished here, but I did say, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream here, if you want to mix this track, if you want to come back and follow along with the stream here, check out the link at the top of the chat there or at the top of the description, and you can get access to the multi-tracks used here in this mix, in this video, completely for free. You can download them, pull them into your DAW, and mix right along with the video, or just use them for your own mixing practice as well. I'm going to reset the levels here. We're going to go up to 0. I'm going to reset them on the stream here. And we are going to listen all the way through this track here. So here is our final mix for this song. It is called I Can't Pretend. So if you go to grab the multi-tracks, just grab the ones called I Can't Pretend. I think there's 3 download links because the files are a little bit big for where I'm uploading them. But here's our final mix for I Can't Pretend.
Storm rage. Did I say way too much? Did I say not enough? I know lately hasn't been that easy, but we can work things out. But let the storm rage on, carry on. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me when will you miss? 7, 8, 9, now that ain't fine. 10, I can pretend. Counting the seconds until our end.
I'm really happy with how that came out. That is sounding really good. I messed with the electric guitar just a little bit at the beginning there to see if the level needed to come up, but I'm really happy with where it's sitting. Everything is sounding great there. Like I said a couple times here throughout the stream, if you want to mix this track, if you want to get access to these multi-tracks, click the link at the top of the chat or at the top of the description. You can download these multi-tracks completely for free. Follow along with the live stream here. This will be up on YouTube. It's going to stay up on the channel under live streams. You can follow along with the stream here or just use it for mixing practice for yourself as well. I hope this was helpful for you. I'm going to be trying to do these every Wednesday. I did it at like 1:30 today. I might do like noon or 1 o'clock, but the plan is to do them every Wednesday, make multi-tracks available for you guys so you can mix along with the stream or use them just for mixing practice as well. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me here on the stream today, and I will see you in the next one, which will be very soon. See you guys.